Well, there were wins and there were important wins. That was an important win for United there tonight. It was. The performance, though, are completely lacking. I don't know if that was the game plan. There was no substitutions. There wouldn't have been substitutions unless we had injury concerns. Obviously, Reguilon going off as well. Ten Hag just looked like he'd just gone out there and said, look, be absolutely solid. Try and get a clean sheet and we'll probably nick a goal. That looked like the tactics to me. I don't know if that's just a way of just getting the points back on the board, back into the top half of the table now. And yeah, it does look good on paper. It's a win. It's a clean sheet away from home after a European trip away. That's always difficult, especially after the battering we took at Bayern Munich. You've got to look at that as a positive. And Anna, absolutely rock solid. That's what I've got to look at as well. After that performance against Bayern, came for every ball, made the saves he needed to make, and that for me is probably the biggest positive of the night. The only other positive you've got is the fact that, well, Bruno Fernandes has still got that quality that we need. Bruno Fernandes basically is the only player in that team, and he deserved his man of the match. He deserves to get that trophy, even though we give it to Johnny Evans. I thought basically was the only player that stood out for Manchester United tonight. Outfield, the rest of it was absolutely shocking. To be honest, it's probably one of the worst performances I've seen from Manchester United. Lacking quality in the final third, no passing, there was just nothing there. There's no link-up play. The chopped and changed midfield, I would say, probably was our worst part of our game. Scott McTominay did not belong in that team. Everyone was moaning in the build-up show. You've seen it on the United Stand build-up show that everyone was moaning, complaining about Scott McTominay getting in the team. I thought his performance was dreadful. It really was. And hopefully the signs I've seen of him, he looked quite rusty, quite shaky. But honestly, Scott McTominay, the sooner he comes out of this team and is back on the bench as an impact sub, the better. I just feel like he just doesn't belong, and he hasn't got the quality we need, especially in games like that when, you know what, you may need that little bit more. You may need someone to get a foot on the ball and actually do something with it, create that pass in that moment, that calmness in midfield, something like Eriksen would do. But obviously Eriksen doesn't have the legs for a game like this tonight. That was the difference there. That's what we need in midfield. Casemiro, a little bit better, still nothing great. There was too much panic. It was like being on a Sunday League pitch and just saying, get it out, just clear the ball, with no aim up front. The passing in the final third and the decision making, it's like the forwards are playing with no fear because they're not going to get dropped. Rashford, again, decision making. When will it come when Rashford, and there was some good points there tonight, I'm not saying he was horrendous, but he's playing like he's got the freedom of Manchester United. He's never going to get dropped, and that for me is a big no-no. It's just not going to create anything. It's not going to create any competition for places or make anyone play that little bit more or give that little bit more. That's what we're going to need. Yes, good win, good building block going into this week. We should beat Palace home in the League Cup and in the league, and then you're looking at 2 wins in a row through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, and it's looking a little bit better. But my God, we need performances. It's all right digging out results. That's great. That's what we needed. We need to use that, build on top of that, and then go forward even more, because we're still not seeing a style of play. We're still not seeing that passing, that transition. It's just not there at all. Honestly, there was times tonight where I didn't know where certain players were playing. I didn't know where Hannibal was. He was all over the pitch. I think it was a case of players covering certain areas. Bruno, again, from the left to the right, absolutely brilliant goal from him from that right hand side. I don't like him on the right, but I've got to give him credit for that. Very Van Persie-esque. Brilliant ball from Johnny Evans, who deserves another mention. He got the stick tonight in the build-up show. Well, he shouldn't have got the stick. I mean, basically, at the end of the day, he's in there because there's no one else available. Everyone, I don't think anyone had an issue with Johnny Evans. It's the fact that we're on to our 5th choice centre-back that's the problem. What is going on with our injuries? Like I said, Reguilon, he's out now. So what happens? Is Lindelof staying at left-back? Johnny Evans and Varane in the middle? I mean, honestly, I've never seen an injury list like it. But Johnny stood up there tonight. You could see he was proud to be in that United shirt. You could see he wanted to be in that United shirt. And he deserved the plaudits tonight. I thought he was faultless. And it was really unlucky tonight not get a goal and an assist and take that man of the match. VAR again, 3rd game in a row at big times. Luckily, we got that goal, that bit of quality, like I said. And that VAR didn't creep in to our game there today, because crucial time against Arsenal when we would have won that game. Crucial time against Brighton when we'd have levelled, and you don't know what happens from them moments. Fine margins. Luckily tonight we held on, and that was enough. I mean, all I can say is it's a win. We move up the table, and you know what, maybe there's brighter times to come around the corner. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in below. Was that good enough for you tonight? Are you worried about the performance? Was it a case of just digging in and getting a result? Is that what is important in this right now for Manchester United? Double header against Palace. Maybe we can use this and go from there. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. As always, everyone. A win, finally.